Life is hard. We face many decisions. Let us try to help you make better ones. All right. So you now face a decision. But what is a decision? What makes it? What makes up that decision? Well, I'm going to boil it down to 3 fundamental components that you will face every time. And they are time, knowledge, and complexity. Time is quite straightforward. Someone poses you a question, and they give you a period of time to answer that question in. The second is knowledge, and that can be the knowledge you already know, or it could be knowledge you obtained during the period in which you've been posed the question. And it doesn't just mean you, it means those people around. You can ask friends, you can ask family, you can ask strangers, you can ask anyone, or read any book or what have you, and that's the knowledge that will go into your decision-making process. The final one, the simplest, is complexity. Perhaps not that simple, actually. It really is just the number of choices, but actually each of these choices may be varying in varying degrees of difficulty that you have to analyze and determine. Okay, so there are 3 fundamental components to every decision in your life you will face. Those 3 components are time, knowledge, and complexity. When you're trying to get across the knowledge gap, keep it simple, stupid, and take a healthy dose of LSD. All right, so now we know what makes up a decision. There's the 3 components. Are there any strategies that we can employ that'll help us to make the best possible decision every time, or most times? As you understand, things change. And really, in each instance, for each component, there is something, okay? So, in the component time, we can simply delay, delay, delay. Always keep that in your head. Delay, delay, delay. Why? Because you're giving yourself more time to make the decision you have to make. You're faced with an issue, they want an answer tomorrow, and you're saying, well, I'm sorry, I'm not in the office until Monday. And you give yourself the extra days to come up with the appropriate reply. The second thing is, as it relates to knowledge, and this is a little bit more difficult because, of course, it's you really have to, knowledge has to be there already. And it's read more effectively. And what I mean by that is, before you even get to making decisions, be continually teaching yourself new skills, new knowledge, whatever. Always do this. Surround yourself with colleagues, friends, family who are knowledgeable, so that they act as a resource to you when you're trying to make the best, that you're trying to come to the best decision. Okay? And finally, in the component complexity, we have to simplify the problem. We do that by crossing off several of the choices that we're facing. And that may not sound, may sound easy, it probably isn't, but the reality is the better we can simplify. If we can get down to 2 choices instead of 10, we're not going to spend our time worrying about, well, this one, that one, and goes on. So simplify. So the 3 strategies I would employ, and one for each of the components of a decision, are delay, 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 read more, and finally simplify. We might make as much as 1 billion decisions in a lifetime. Can we make good ones? That's the question we have to ask. Okay, so we know what a decision is. We know some of the tactics we can use to make a good decision, or make our best possible decision. But now we want to reach our goals. And reaching a goal is basically comprised of literally hundreds of thousands of decisions. Literally. And if it's a lifelong goal, it'll be up to 1 billion decisions, 100 million important ones, whatever. Depending on how long, what your goal is, it'll determine how many decisions you face. So now we've got to create a strategy that will get us through all of those decisions, those decision trees we're going to face, and we want to reach our goal. And there are 3 simple methods for doing this. The first is set the goal early. Give yourself more time. Simple. Give yourself more time to reach your goal. You want to be a billionaire, and you set your goal at 12 years of age, chances are you're going to be very rich because you're going to focus on making money. Okay? Make a plan. So once you know what your goal is, make a plan. In other words, you want to be a pilot. What does it take to be a pilot? Okay, you got to be physically fit, so make sure you do fitness programs. Make sure you take certain courses at high school and university, etc. And then finally, remember your goal. So every time I'm faced with a decision, however silly it might be, remind yourself, does it get me closer to my goal? So 3 things. Set goals early, make a plan and stick to it, and remember what your goal is every time you're faced with a decision. I was 7 years old when they first walked on the moon. Then and there, I decided to be an astronaut. However, I didn't really know what it took to become one. I lacked the knowledge, my plan was faulty, and I didn't always stick to my goal when I made important decisions. I hope the GERAF Foundation will help you do a better job. Please subscribe, share, and like this video.